Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome to Wizards Outlook. Rather exciting finish to a preseason finale. We saw the Washington Wizards kind of get the lick back on the New York Knicks with the 118-117 win tonight. Johnny Davis hitting the game winner. Shout out to him for that. With it being a preseason finale, a lot of folks trying to wrap up final roster spots, as well as just trying to make sure they have some good tape for wherever their next stop may be. That said, in this one, I thought Washington got out to a better start than they did in the past few preseason games, especially on the defensive end. The last time they played the Knicks, New York kind of got out on them. Didn't feel that way this time. Thought this was probably the best we've seen Kuz play this preseason as a whole. Thought Poole was fine as well. Obviously, some folks missing. Different starting lineup. We had Valanciunas out there with Poole and Kuzma. The two youngsters that were on the floor with them was Bub Carrington and Keyshawn George, both of which I thought played fine in those opening stints with that starting group. Sorry for the background noise. As the game went on, you saw the Knicks kind of dig in, especially on the defensive end. Turnovers got Washington in trouble at times, which isn't shocking. We know how disruptive the Knicks are going to be this year, how disruptive they've been in preseason as a whole. So, again, it's not a shock. But we did see Washington just compete the entire four quarters. And again, it's a preseason finale. That fourth quarter really had a lot of reserves in for about the last 10 minutes of the game. That said, you still were excited. If you're a Wizards fan, you should be excited to see that Washington finished the game strong. That's, I guess, what you could take away from that. Skylar, was it Tyler Kolek, Johnny Davis, going at it late. We had some good minutes from Champagne. Thought Jared Butler was really good all night long in this one as well. So for Washington, you saw some of the depth on your roster show and perform. So it's definitely positives in that. But for the Knicks, they are who they're going to be this year, which is one of the better teams in the East. They're going to be a defensive juggernaut. This is a given for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson got off tonight. We saw a lot of him kind of just pushing his team while that group was in. Thought OG Anunoby was good for them tonight. Towns, the Brunson-Towns combo. I know we talked about this already, in the past, and it's been pretty good just to see it. I know we see it twice in preseason as it pertains to the Wizards. If you watch them outside of those two games, you know exactly what I'm talking about, just the stress they're going to put on defenses. Saw for a couple of times during the game, Brunson drove, attracted the whole team, collapsed in the paint. One time he found Towns cutting down the middle for easy two. Another time, because of that pressure he's putting, Brunson, that is, kicks it out to OG for an easy three. They're going to be in a good space. For Washington again, Keyshawn George, man, he's just comfortable. He's one of those guys. He's looked comfortable this entire time. He's been comfortable. That hasn't really changed at all. He knocked down a couple threes tonight as well. But yeah, anxious to see how things go once everything becomes live next week. The home opener is against the Celtics on Thursday the 24th. But yeah, big night from Brunson, big night from Towns. Poole, I mentioned that already, but Poole looked good tonight as well on the Kuzma. But big night from Jared Butler, Johnny Davis, for both of those guys. 14 points, 5 assists apiece for those guys. And as a tandem, they finished with 4 steals. Butler had 1 steal, and Johnny Davis was credited with 3. Really, really good performance from Johnny Davis. Tonight's mentioned earlier. As far as player of the game, obviously we know what that first 3 quarters looked like. Look, man, huge night for Johnny Davis. Going to go ahead and give him some love. He hit the game winner. You get something for that, regardless of everything that happened before it. It was a really good night for him. It was fun watching, him and Cole kind of duel back and forth down the stretch of that game. The crowd was really into it. Um, chance of defense as if it was a regular season game. And it was really, things on the line here. But again, just a preseason finale. But it was a good atmosphere to be in, and a really big night for Johnny Davis. Man, he's going through a lot since he's been drafted here. Um, X factor tonight, I think Jared Butler. Again, the two of them really, really sound tonight. Really good games, good floor games. Though both of them did a really good job with their decision making tonight. But look, man, after this, it's live next week. Stuff starts counting. So looking forward to that next Thursday. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more this week coming up on the focus. In terms of what we expect out this group is they enter the regular season. Look, man, we'll see you guys soon.